All right. Happy Thursday night. Tomorrow's Friday. Another weekend's here at long last. Just want to talk a little bit about supplements. And that so many people today, it seems very popular and almost fashionable for people to bemoan supplements and go as far as to be very adamant in their opinion that they just flat out don't work. Supplements are garbage, blah, blah, blah. First problem with that is let's take a step back a minute and examine what do we mean by supplement. When we talk about supplementing in our diet, what are we talking about? Well, let me tell you what we're not talking about, okay? When you consider supplements and you think in terms of, things surrounding the fitness community as far as bodybuilding, I don't even know what to call it. Half of these, I don't even know what names to apply to these things anymore. Is it a fitness community? Is it health? I don't know what to call it. So let's just say the way we consider supplements isn't really what supplements are. It's a huge misnomer all the way around. When you supplement something, you are just making up for an inadequacy or otherwise lack of some nutrient, or most likely going to be a nutrient or something that you're missing from your nutritional regimen. You're otherwise not getting enough of it in your standard fare. So to supplement means you specifically target and add more of that nutrient. So thereby, when you're saying, say you don't think you're getting enough D3, maybe you've gone so far as to look at blood tests on panels and you say, wow, my D3 is either below minimum or it's down there really low, and I know I'll feel a lot better if I could turn that up. So you target that nutrient and you begin to supplement D3. So now you're taking in more D3. Maybe you go and get this at a health food store, order online, whatever product. You're just specifically supplementing, augmenting your D3 intake. So now, does that work? Yeah, it works. You get a blood test after a month or two of this and you see your D3 level is higher. Yes, it works. You have supplemented D3 effectively and you've raised the amount of D3 in your body. So yes, supplements, do they work? Yes, they work. As far as what a supplement is, if you actually supplement. Now, here's where people start to this misnomer and this entire misunderstanding comes in, is when we consider the whole plethora of compounds and shit that's out there, it's available today to us. When you walk into these health food stores, these big chain stores, it can be overwhelming. Now, when you go and look at, let me tell you what isn't not a supplement. When you go in and look at like a pre-workout mix or something, it's already mixed up, it's already in a container, it's marketed, and it's going to give you, it claims that it's going to give you a better pump and better vascularity and more mental focus and concentration and energy, all these things. Well, there's more than one compound, there's more than one ingredient in this thing, right? There's a whole formula, a whole bunch of, it's like a soup of ingredients in here to achieve this. So that's not the same as supplementing, okay? Now, yeah, it gets lumped in there now, and we refer to all of this crap as supplements, but it's not really actually what a supplement is. There's such a huge gray area in the law where the FDA and the control that it has and the oversight into all these things as they're manufactured and produced and unleashed onto the public and come to market, that everybody and their brother that makes these kind of things, these companies, they want to slide in anything under the guise of it's a health supplement or it's a fitness, health food supplement. But is that really a supplement? It's not really a supplement when you're talking about what supplementation actually is and what you can expect from it. So what can you expect from it? Well, like I said, if your D3 level is low, you feel it's low, and you've done your research and you think that you're going to benefit from raising that level, you target that vitamin and you go out and you get some D3, vitamin D3, and you augment, you supplement with this vitamin D3, your level comes up on your blood test a month or so later, you have effectively supplemented and risen your D3. You've raised your D3 level. So does supplementation work? Of course it works. Okay, now, if you're talking about pre-workouts, or you're talking about all these mixes, you're talking about testosterone boosters, can you supplement your testosterone booster? No. No, you can't. Now, are we talking about raising your testosterone level? Well, there's a number of ways you can attempt to do that. But if we're looking for something to boost, how are we supplementing our testosterone booster with a testosterone booster? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here? If you're supplementing your testosterone level, you would be taking testosterone. Do you understand the intrinsics of what we're just trying to discuss and consider here? So supplementation absolutely works. Supplements work. They are what they are. They are as they, if it meets label claim, it is what it claims to be. If it says D3 and it is D3, then that's what you're supplementing with if that's your target and your attention. The other things are just a gray area. They're not truly supplements. So you have to make that distinction when you're talking about supplementation. And when you're putting your own plan together, formulating your own plan, in your regimen, what you want to add into that or roll into that. Do you need to supplement something, or are you just considering all this other stuff? Now, if you could take one thing and it's going to actually have an effect, not a synergistic effect with some other compound or whatever, or in your body, working with something else to create an effect, but it in itself is going to create this effect, like you're going to take, other than supplementation, like you're going to take, which I'm trying to explain these other things, what they don't want to actually be considered. But some of them are. Now, if you can go take something and boost your testosterone level, and without a question, you have high test level, your test level goes up, or you take one of these HGH products that are legal and in these health food stores, and now you have, you're actually taking, somehow you're getting human growth hormone, right? And you're not, if you're supplementing this, you're supplementing your human growth hormone, HGH in your body, you're supplementing your testosterone level in your body. This is accomplished with drugs, okay? So you would be actually taking a drug. That would be a drug that would have that effect. And if it was in the health food store and it claimed that it did it and it did do it and that's what it did, it directly did that, then it's going to be discovered and revealed to be a drug and pulled from the market. And this happens. I've been around a long time. I've seen it happen many times. I've seen it happen with like cyclophenil. I've seen it happen with, that's just the one that comes top of my head, but I've seen it happen with a lot of products. Okay, so if you're looking to turn up your test level or you're looking to raise your HGH level, you're really looking for a drug. So if you don't want to take drugs, then why are you saying supplements don't work? Why are you trying to use a supplement as a drug? Because supplements are not drugs. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Supplements are basically nutrients. So that's all there is to that. Protein. If you supplement your protein level, there's a number of ways to do that. All right. Now, if you take something and you're expecting it to build muscle and it doesn't build muscle, but it's protein powder, okay? And you're saying, oh, it's garbage, it didn't build any muscle. Well, hold up. Did it supplement, did it augment your protein intake? Did it effectively put more protein into your diet? Raise the amount of protein in your diet? Yes, so it worked. That's what it does. That's all it does. The rest is up to you. It's just a tool. It's just another way of getting something done. You could raise your protein. You could get more protein into your diet by eating more protein. Whole foods. You could eat more chicken. You could eat some tuna. You could eat vegetable protein. You could eat, I don't know, whatever you want. Hemp protein, soy protein, whatever your deal is, right? So if you're deciding that you go and take some whey isolate and it doesn't make you more muscular, well, hold on. Are you looking for a drug to make yourself more muscular? Or are you looking to take in more protein so you can build more muscle? Through a synergistic effect, a combined process of, an intelligent approach with your training, your weight training program, whatever that may consist of, rest and recuperation, a nice all-around complete diet, to give your body everything it needs to be able to go through this kind of thing and tear the muscle down and repair the muscle and recuperate and rebuild the muscle, which includes protein because muscle's made out of protein. You understand where I'm going with this? Other than it not meeting label claim, if it meets label claim and it's a nutrient, those are supplements. Those are supplements. So do supplements work? You bet your ass they work. If you take in more protein via a supplement, you're taking in more protein. Now, maybe not the amount you think you are, because maybe it doesn't meet label claim. But if your intent was to take a protein supplement to raise your protein level, it's done that. I mean, your protein in daily intake, it's doing that. It works. It does work. Absolutely, yes. You want to raise your D3 levels in your body, you supplement D3, you augment D3, you get some. If it's D3 in there as it claims to be and you're taking it, yes, your D3 level goes up. Supplements work. Yes, they work. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you're taking something to build your muscle, you know, are you dancing around with the idea you want to take a drug? Because if you could take something and it by itself will build muscle, it's a drug. And it wouldn't be on that shelf. It may be on the shelf because they haven't gotten around to it yet. They haven't found it, they haven't tested it, so they're just kind of running wild with it right now. It's like an outlaw type of thing. It's unauthorized and unsanctioned. You understand what I'm saying? But as soon as they catch wind of it, like the original hot stuff, for instance, they'll find out why it works, and it's no doubt it's a drug if it does that. All right? So you're confusing apples and oranges here. Do supplements work? Absolutely, they work. But you have to have an intelligent approach to supplementation. Why are you trying to supplement? What are you trying to accomplish? You're only going to directly accomplish the elevation of the level of that nutrient in your body. That's what a supplement's going to do for you, no matter what it is. Okay, that's it for now. I'll catch you guys later. Have an awesome evening. I hope that cleared things up for somebody. I know for most people it's just common sense, but there are some people out there that I'm sure that they don't look at it that way, and that's the way you need to look at it.